stop the song, Sherry?
No, that's the introduction.
Oh gosh, I was into it. Hey, ladies, how are you?
Hello.
How are you?
Good. Oh, okay. So first, I want to just say welcome to the show, and I understand that we might have a guest joining us.
I don't know. Oh,
Oh, oh, oh!
Hey, Santa.
Coco Santa, how are you?
he's muted.
Well, we won't find out unless you unmute yourself, Santa,
Uh-oh.
and try it again. Try it one more. Okay, there. Oop, there you go. There you go. Right there. Right there. Right there.
Yes.
Hello,
So good.
hello, everyone.
Hello, hello. I know that you have been busy. I know Vivian and Dr. Woods has been busy trying to make sure that you could get here with us today. And so I want to thank all of you all for making this happen. Santa, I don't want to hold you too long because I know that you have deliveries to make. But I do want to ask Vivian and Jihan a little bit about what you all do. How you been busy this holiday season? Vivian?
Well, let me just tell you, it's been very busy in listing all of the Black Santas that are available in our country, in the United States, and abroad. Um, and we thought that COVID was really going to really damper things, but it has been rolling. We have plenty of Black Santas that have virtual events. I don't want to steal your thunder. I know that Coco Santa has virtual events as well. So I would just say that even during the COVID pandemic, Black Santas have been just moving right along. So it really hasn't been putting a damper on anything. We've just been evolving.
I mean, go ahead, Dr. Woods.
Oh no,
How things?
I was going to just piggyback off of Vivian. So when I started the app in 2018, it really was just out of wanting to have a resource for families like mine who wanted a Black Santa during the holiday season. And it's been a really great year this year because we used the word pivot earlier in the segment. But Santas and businesses have had to pivot how we continue to have these experiences for our kids during the holidays. And so many of the businesses and Santas that are on the app have really stepped up and stepped up their game and started having virtual events. It's amazing to see that so many families are still able to connect with Santa through virtual events, phone calls, etc.
Well, I'm so glad that you all were able to join us. I mean, is it too late to? I mean, so let me ask: how many Santas do you all have, Vivian, on your list?
You know what, it varies, but this year I would say we have approximately maybe about 50 Sanders. Wouldn't you say that, Jihan, overall? But we have about 26 states listed this year.
Yeah, so that's just the Santas themselves, but there are many organizations, sororities, fraternities that will host Black Santas. So as far as like total events, there's probably hundreds, depending on the Santa that you select and what type of event that you want.
Yeah.
Well, Coco Santa may remember my dad, the late Dr. Calvin Rolark, every Christmas would don his Christmas outfit. And unfortunately, he had the girth at the time, to make him look like chubby Santa. And he would work with some of the organizations out in Prince George's County, hand out toys, and children just loved it. What, Coco Santa, are you? Are they? Well, you can't hug them and let them whisper in your ear. But what are you hearing from the little ones across that you've had contact with?
Well, usually I'm expecting to get the request for video games or different toys that are hot these days. But this year, these kids have been really considerate and focused. A lot of them want things as simple as for this to be over as far as these restrictions and changes. So a lot of them want to just go outside, and they also are putting forth a lot of wish requests for health of people that they know that have been affected. So it's a lot of a lot of outward gifts this year. So these kids really understand what's going on. They understand how tough it can be, and we are all just making the most of it. And like someone predicted earlier, we're looking forward to the next season, but we're going to finish this season out really strong.
And how do children communicate with Santa? I know that traditionally we have events and Santa's there and they can come and see. But I mean,
Mhm.
can they write letters? Are they sending emails, text messages? How are children communicating with Santa these days?
These kids are really tech savvy. They get younger and younger with their knowledge. So I've been getting emails, I've been getting Zoom, I've been online through Facebook, Instagram, a lot of different digital platforms they are using. But some are still sending letters also. So I am still having plenty of time to read letters. So kids, if you haven't sent a letter yet, there is still time to get it to me.
Does Santa answer letters or not?
You know, I answer letters sometimes. I always read them, and I do what I can to provide as many wishes and requests from these letters.
Uh, you know, uh, Vivian and Johanna, I remember as a kid, when I was really little, but I still remember it. Well, I remember one Christmas, my mother put some cookies. We need to get the bakers back, but get some of their cookies and put them on a plate by the Christmas tree. And I'd wake up in the morning and one would be half eaten. And I'm like, he came. I mean
Exactly.
that's what parents can do to make Christmas so special for young people. It's really exciting. And are there any Mrs. Santas?
Are
I'm
there any what was that?
Mrs. Santas.
Yes, I do have a Mrs. Claus, and we are
Sorry,
out
Mrs.
there.
Claus. Mrs. Claus. Does for your list, do are they included as well, or elves or reindeers? Or is it just Santa?
So there
um,
are. Go ahead.
Go ahead. It varies. There are plenty that definitely will say that, hey, we come as a package deal, the Mr. and Mrs. Santa event. I know there's plenty. There's a Christmas expo in Memphis, and they come out as a couple. And then you have some that they're just solo, just there to meet the man with the bag, But the most cases, it's a solo event. But we have plenty all over the world. All over the world, there are Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus. Yeah. So you just have to
I'm
go through the list and kind of see which one fits, what you're looking for.
Well, I am so glad. I don't know how, and I know we got to go, but I don't know if sort of this year of Black Lives Matter and all the things that we've been dealing with has created a higher demand for Black Santas. I know we don't see them on regular television stations when they're talking about Santas. They don't always look like you and me. But did has there been a greater demand because of that?
I think the demand keeps growing. Um, it keeps growing. I think, especially since parents are becoming more and more intentional about Santa, and not just Santa, but other things, as well. For example, children's books, making sure that the books that we are reading, have Black protagonists in them, the artwork on the walls, etc. And so I think parents are really wanting to resist the status quo and really wanting to experience Santa differently, in a way that represents them.
Mhm.
Does Santa only work at Christmas?
Santa is busy year around. There's always a request coming in. And from what you were saying earlier, as far as having more representation as far as Black Santas, I think it's been a really good year in general for Black Santas because a lot of people are going virtual. So even if there isn't a Black Santa in your immediate community, there are so many online and virtual avenues to introduce your kids to a Santa of a darker hue. So I think this could be a really good jumping off point for upcoming years. And plus the benefit of being able to experience this from home instead of it was typically a busy traffic or long lines. It's really helped out the Black Santa community, I believe.
Well, speaking of busy, I either hear Rudolph in the background or Coco Santa. Somebody's trying to get you get your attention so that you can get back to work. You have toys to wrap and reindeers to feed, and I don't know what else you have to do to prepare for Christmas night. Is there anything particular your
Well,
favorite thing to do?
Well, that is it, and I always have to measure out my cookies consumption. I rarely ever finish a complete plate because I have so many cookies to consume, but I love them all. I do have two favorites though, but I love them all.
Awesome.
What are your
And just so you know,
favorites?
my two favorite cookies, if anyone is curious, are store-bought and homemade.
All right. Well, that's good. That takes the edge off of a lot of people. They know that they can make Santa happy.
Absolutely.
So that's great. Ladies, I want to thank you all for joining us. I want people to know where they can find the Black Santa directory, as well as Find Black Santa. I think we're going to put something up, but tell us how folks can contact you.
So for Find Black Santa, I think the best way is via our Instagram, which you have on the screen, Find BLK Santa. If you want to reach myself or Santa, you can always email me at info@findblacksanta.com. I get so many requests from families looking specifically for different Santas and different events. So you can email me that way.
And you can email Vivian Walker at blacksantadirectory@gmail.com. And you can also look at the list of Santas at blacksantadirectory.com.
I am so glad that all of you all were able to join us today, especially you, Santa. You kind of leaving us now with a big smile, looking forward to who cares about shopping. I could just talk to Santa all night long. That'll be great. I'm trying to get my laugh together. But anyway, thank you for joining us. I hope that you all have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. And Santa, don't take your time. Take your time. I know you have to be socially distant and all that other kind of stuff, and wear your gloves. Well, you wear gloves all the time anyway, so
Yeah.
yes, you're safe. All right. Have a great holiday, and we look forward to talking to you this time next year.
Wonderful. Merry Christmas.
Thank you for having us.
All righty.
Thank you so much.